What's good, guys? Let me know how I'm on a different platform. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody can hear me. But guys, YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And tonight's live is going to be on 10 must-have rookies that you should be stashing in your draft in 2024. So, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. So I wanted to see how the view was going to be on this one, guys. Does it look better? I want y'all to my subscribers. I want you to let me know, does the video quality look better? I'm using a different platform. I'm actually using YouTube straight up this time. So hopefully y'all can give me some feedback on that. Also, guys, I'm going to read out a little bit of news before we get started on the 10 must-have stash guys, stash rookies. I see you, Kenny. I see you, Kenny. Yes, sir. I see you, Harambe. What's good with you, bro? Okay. All right, let's talk about some news. Let's see what's going on in the news, guys. Let's see here. What's something good to talk about? So, Puka Nacua. We know he went down. So, according to Underdog and ESPN, it says Nacua is expected to be ready for week 1. Uh-oh. Puka Nacua is going to be ready for week 1, despite dealing with a knee injury that has the star receiver listed as a week-to-week applicant. According to the head coach, Sean McVay, in addition, Nacua is expected to be ready for the prep for the opener, suggesting he may not even be limited throughout the practice week headed into the season opener. The Rams can't afford to lose Nacua this season, so he is expected to debut. It's great news for a team looking to pair a healthy Nacua with a healthy Cooper Cup. Yes, sir. So that's for anybody that had Puka Nacua on their team. Looks like that's some great news. CD Lamb on reserve, did not report this. Still working out that contract. I don't blame them. Do what you got to do, Puka, to get your money. Russell, last name Wilson. Russell, last name Wilson, is listed as the starter on the Steelers depth chart. But how long is that going to be? How long is that going to be? The way Justin Fields is balling out in practice. I think he had like 28 touchdowns and only 2 picks since he's been practicing. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. Chris Jones, the D tackle, one of the best defensive players in the league. That's why I'm reasoning out. I know we don't watch a lot of defensive players, but I want to read out Chris Jones, what's going on with him. Big time player, on his way to be a Hall of Famer. Says he's nursing a shoulder injury. So he's going to be okay. He's going to be playing, I think, in the season opener. I'm trying to see anything about Ayuk. I'm trying to see if I can find anything about Ayuk, guys. Let me look, make sure it's nothing about Ayuk. I don't see anything about Ayuk. I think it's still a lot of rumors. We see that San Francisco has had a lot of injuries. CMC went down with a calf injury. So he's going to be out. They say he's not going to be practicing none for 2 weeks and not going to play any preseason games. Also, Elijah Mitchell is out too with a hamstring injury. Also, Ricky Pearsall re-injured his shoulder. So to me, that's telling me they might play hardball with Brandon Ayuk and kind of maybe, I don't know, maybe they might offer him a deal. Maybe they don't trust him. Maybe they don't want to waste CMC and a couple of these older vets years and they just go ahead and sign Ayuk. Maybe they sign him to a big time 1 year deal and say, listen, man, just be quiet. We'll take you off the franchise tag. We need you at least for this year. We're going to give you $20 million this year. Are you okay with that? Will you play for 1 year for 20? Maybe he does. Maybe he don't. Maybe he don't want to risk his history or his future with that. So that's what's going on with the San Francisco 49ers. They got a lot of injuries right now. Let's see here. Also, guys, let me know how the quality of the video is going. If you don't mind, let me know how the quality of the video is going. Right. Okay. Zach says he heard that McCaffrey is out 3 weeks. Right. Okay. 3 weeks. Deshaun Watson would not be playing in the preseason opener. I'm not really. That doesn't really matter to me. That makes sense. Why would you risk him getting hurt? He don't need to prove anything to anybody. He just need to be ready for game 1. Rashad Bateman, practice exit downplay. Whew, that don't look good for Rashad, man. I think he might be injury prone. Sometimes guys get started off on a bad foot and they never could get right. We've seen that before. Really great players that got hurt and they never got going, right? I think Rashad Bateman was a really good prospect. Hopefully, man, he can overcome these injuries. Kyler Murray won't see preseason action, so he's going to be out the whole preseason, according to this. Most starters not playing for the San Francisco 49ers. That makes sense, right? Why would they do that? So yeah, here's the Christian McCaffrey news right here. I finally found it. It says Christian McCaffrey unlikely to play in the preseason with strained calf, not considered a long-term issue. McCaffrey is unlikely to play in the preseason due to strained calf, per Coach Shanahan says. He's likely to miss practice time over the next couple of weeks. But okay, so I guess it could be 3 weeks, but Shanahan doesn't consider it a long-term issue. Elijah Mitchell is also currently sidelined with a hamstring injury, which is why San Francisco brought in Matt Breida. That's disgusting. No disrespect to Matt Breida, but I mean, nobody's gonna get excited about him anymore. CMC's week 1 status shouldn't be considered up in the air unless the reports on his health does not turn. Jordan Love is playing. They still want to get him reps, man. So I'm kind of okay with that. It makes sense. Greg Dulcich, the tight end from the Denver Broncos, we thought that he would be the starter for them. I mean, he had a really great breakout rookie campaign, and now they say he's behind Trout, man. That don't look good. I don't know. Velus Jones is getting backfield reps. I thought Velus Jones was going to be a really good wide receiver. Thought he was very dynamic, but it looks like he's just going to a different position right now. Theo Johnson continues getting first team reps. So, guys, you're looking for a sleeper tight end. He's not actually on this list. Maybe I should have had him on this list, but Theo Johnson, guys, is getting first team reps. Daniel Bellinger is probably more of the blocking guy. Let's see. No, Josh Jacobs is at practice. No limitations. Good for Josh Jacobs. Let's go, Josh Jacobs. Ben Sinnott, the tight end for the Washington Commanders, the rookie, is listed as their third stringer. Bryce Young would not play. I'm a little surprised at that. They would not play Bryce Young from the Carolina Panthers. He would not play Thursday. Bo Nix is listed as the backup right now for the Denver Broncos. Jared Stidham is the starter. Russell Wilson started practicing today in full. Let me see. Jalen Tolbert, that was one of my sleepers. He is shining in camp. So that's the number 2 wide receiver. I think that's going to be a big role for this team. Nobody knows who's going to be the number 2 for this team. So it looks like Jalen Tolbert is shining in camp. Drake May will play in preseason opener. Not Brock Purdy, but J.J. McCarthy is listed as the backup on the Vikings depth chart. He is the backup right now. So it looks like Sam Darnold is the starter. Sam Laporta is bothered by a hamstring. So they probably going to send him out for a while. You do not want to have a lingering hamstring. Jaden Daniels listed as the starter on the Commanders depth chart. So Jaden Daniels' value is still skyrocketing up the rankings. Says the Ayuk is between the Patriots, Steelers, and potential suitors. So it's between the Browns, Patriots, and Steelers. They still saying that about Brandon Ayuk. Okay, guys. So let me get to a couple comments before I get to my top 10 must-have stash rookies. You should be stashing these rookies. So these are not big-time rookies. So Malik Neighbors and Marvin Harrison is not on this list. You can't stash these guys. You got to play these guys. They going early in the first 5 rounds. So anybody that's going in the first 5 rounds, I'm not mentioning them in this list. So I just want y'all to know that, giving y'all that for context. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let's go through some of these comments. We got Zach says, I don't like to overhype rookies, players. But the rookies that I like this year, Malik Neighbors, Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas Jr., Ladd, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jaden Daniels, Benson and Corm, and Jalen Polk. I love those rookies, bro. Good job. Harambe up in the building. Yes, sir, bro. Killer team. You too, Zach. Both of y'all got really phenomenal teams, man. You, Robbie, I might, man, if I had to grade right now, because I might do a live after this live, man, I might would say you got the best team. And your quarterback play with Jalen Hurts and that stack with that elite quarterback right there, even though I believe Jalen Hurts passing is going to go down a little bit, I think his efficiency is going to go up. But I got to give it to you, bro. You got a really good team. It's like 11 teams that's good. We don't know who's going to win that league. I'm not going to act like I know who's going to win. Especially when you got CMC and stuff like that. People, you know how it's going. CMC is nicked up right now. Let's see. Nana's is a bloodbath. Yeah, that happens. That's football, and that's fantasy football also. Yep. Harami says Puka is fine. He has a record-setting year to follow up on. Yes, sir. Dello, what's up, bruh? Yes, sir. Dello Entertains is here. Dello is here. Guys, let me know how the live looks. This is different. Let me know if it looks different or if it looks the same. Because if it's the same, then I'm going to go back to my other platform because I can't move the windows or none of that in here. Let me make sure I can't. Let me see. Share screen. Actually, I can. And you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to share our mock draft before I start. So, guys, make sure you stay in here. My list is coming. For my 10 must-have rookies that you should be stashing. But right now, guys, I'm going to share the screen. I didn't know I could share the screen. I'm using straight YouTube. I'm not using StreamYard. So if this is better, I might let StreamYard go. But I don't know. StreamYard, sometimes if I want to bring on guests, it's the best thing. So I still might keep it just to be able to bring up guests. Because I can't bring up guests in this one. But I thought maybe, I don't know why my streams doesn't look like super clear to me. So y'all let me know. Dello says these injuries is exactly why I do my draft on the Saturday before the opening Thursday night. Actually, bro, I agree with you for what you want, but actually I like the other way around. I like injuries being able to be in the factor and get your guys early, and I think that makes it better. It makes for people who've done their homework, helps them out where they get the sleepers, and people are not getting sleepers because everybody's moving them up. And if your guy go down, they just go down. I'm okay with that. But if you want to be able to draft guys that are not getting injured and you want to be able to fade CMC, which I think is kind of, I'm not going to call it Bush League, but I think that's, you're playing fantasy safe. But I respect that, though, because some people just don't like, man, I don't want to draft the injured player, so I want to wait right at the end to make sure I get my guys that I know that's healthy. And I respect both ways. I'm more of a guy, let's draft like a month ago. Like I would rather draft it right after the rookie draft of the NFL draft. Like 2 weeks after that, I'm okay with drafting then. That's why I'm me as a shark, I feel like I want to draft in. So Zach, Robbie says Zay to the moon. Why you say Zay to the moon, bro? You just because you picked them up? Yes. I ain't got none of, man. You killed it, man. I want to Zay so bad, but I can't just go and get guys out of I got to build a team, right? So I had to go and get like Ladd and Keon. I had to build a team. I couldn't go and draft Zay break there. I just think it would have messed up my team. I think I got to build for the content for the points. Kenny says Puka is very unlikely to repeat last season performance. Expect a drop from last season's stats. You could be right, Kenny. I'm still willing to take the talent. Let's see. Kenny says McVay already said he's running a lot. Gotta rest Stafford for the stretch. Right. Kenny says don't want to go Jimmy G late in the season. Zach says, why would the Panthers risk playing Bryce Young on Thursday? They don't want him to get injured in a preseason game. Same reason why Jordan Love is playing in a preseason game. He need the reps. That's what I believe. But listen, you could be right. You could say, hey, look, we know you the starter. We're just gonna wait. I'm okay with either one. Me, I would prefer to play my young quarterback. If you CJ Stroud, no, I'm not playing. You proved it. You know, I know you can play in the regular season. I know you know the game. You don't really need the reps. You just need to be healthy. Guys like Bryce Young, who is a couple other young quarterbacks, they need to play. Even Jordan Love, I understand why they're playing him. But I get it. I respect what you're saying. RG in the house. What's going on, RG? Yes, sir. Great team too, bro. I love that pick. I love that Tony Pollard thing that you did. You killed it. I knew you was doing it when you got Tony. I knew you was like, I like Tony better, but if Tajay come back around, I killed it. I knew it. I said I can't stop him from doing it because I don't got a pick there. Because I was gonna stop you. I was gonna get Tajay. I wasn't gonna do the Tony Pollard and Tajay because I had my eye on somebody else too. I wanted Tajay and another player. But bro, that's the way you draft right there. Great job, right at the turn. Yes, sir. Harami said the live is good and sound is good, right? But it doesn't look does the video quality look different than my other videos when I do lives? When I do lives, that's all. That's what I'm trying to see. Is it different? Zach said sometimes if the fantasy team that looks average in the draft ends up winning the championship, facts. Not all the time, though. Anything can happen week to week. Fantasy football, facts. Harami says, I'm high on Zay regardless. Traded for him last year. Got you. Also mentioned Zay caused Bateman having problems. Okay, facts. Ian Taylor says, I'm going to use Jerome Ford since Chubb is on the pup. Right. Facts. He's a good guy to have, and the value is killing it. To buy time for Jonathan Brooks to be active as my third running back. Thoughts? If you got this team to wait on Jonathan Brooks, I think that's a great idea. If you got the team to do it, everybody don't have the team to do it. If you got a real good drafted team, yes, I think Jonathan Brooks is a great stash. Your video looks better than ever, in my opinion. Thank you, Kenny, because I did it. It's a little bit different with this one. It's just straight up YouTube. So if it looks better than the last one, man, thank you for the input. I just need to know. I'm going to go back and watch it myself and see which one looks better between the live streams. Rami said, it looks a bit sharper video quality. Okay. That's what I was trying to make sure that was working. Okay. Every team is in that league is fire. Facts. Okay, guys. You know what? Before we start here, I gotta do it. I'm sorry to apologize to anybody. Like, man, when you gonna talk about the rookies, bro? This is a live. I want to go through some things first. I apologize. Maybe that's why I need to do timestamps, right? I apologize. That's on me. But I got to do this. This is what I want to do. I don't want to separate it. I didn't know I was gonna be able to share the screen, but I'm gonna do it because I can now. Let me see here, and I'm gonna let y'all what y'all think about this team right here. Let me put my stuff down because I cannot show my queue. These guys are devils. They don't care nothing about my feelings or anything. And so if they see my queue, they will move players up and snipe them. So let me hide my queue. They don't care nothing about nobody but winning. These guys are sharks. They don't care nothing about nobody's feelings. They're not good people. They're not good fantasy members. They just want to win. And they will do anything in their power to do it. So I just want y'all to know that. Do not trust these guys. I know who Zach Seaman is now. I know who Harambe. I know y'all character now. CHB, Nifty, Tommy, T Looney. T Looney, all right. T and IDP Iggy, they all right. But Cretch, all the rest of you, y'all are devils. I don't trust you anymore. I don't feel safe around you. I don't know if I even want to do content anymore. Oh God, y'all guys know I love you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let me share the screen. Okay. All right. Y'all see right here. This is Cretch. This is Cretch's team. Y'all remember Cretch? He comes in the chat all the time. He is a member of the channel. He got Josh Allen, Marvin Harrison. I thought that was a little early. His team is still solid. His team is still solid. He got Jordan Love. He went Debo and IU. Very, very intelligent drafters, guys. That was gas right there. That's why I'm big on squeezing. Pause. I'm big on squeezing because no matter what happens between Debo and Ayuk, he gonna be fine. Debo could be the number one for the San Francisco 49ers, and Ayuk could be the number one for the Patriots. And if they don't go anywhere, he's still gonna be fine. He's still going to be fine. That's why I like to squeeze. That way, no matter what happens, I'm okay. Because you could go get Debo, and then he get nicked up, and then the next guy, like that basically was a bad pick. Now, he put 2 picks in one, and so he's going to get a boom guy unless both of them go down, and that rarely happens. Great job, Cretch. Great job. Stephon Diggs in the 6. I'm not high on Stephon, but he just taking the value that fall to him. And a lot of times, that's how you win fantasy football because we don't know who's going to break out. Stephon could go as a top 5 wide receiver this year. So just because I'm not taking him doesn't mean it's a bad pick. Evan Ingram, been a top 5 tight end for 2 years. DeAndre Swift. We not drafting a lot of DeAndre Swift, but he is going to be the starter on that team. As long as he stays healthy, he's going to make big plays. I won't be surprised if he top 5 a couple weeks. He was the number 1 running back like twice last year for the Philadelphia Eagles. So great pick. And this way here hurt my feelings. I'm right here. And I'm going to get to my team in a little bit. I was going to go Brock, and I wanted Watson, but I was going to go Brock and Brian. No, let me see. I already hit. Yeah, I was going to go because it was going this way. So I wanted to go Christian Watson and Brock Bowers. Going through here, let me see. Well, Christian Watson was going to be gone. But anyway, I wanted Brock Bowers right here. But I went and got Brian Robinson. I needed to get a starting running back. His ADP, yes, you could say I could have waited, but this is a starting running back on a running with a running quarterback. And there's never been a bad running back with a running quarterback. So if you have a dual threat quarterback, the running backs are usually going to be elite. And what you call it just made a pick. Yes, he just made a pick. He took Komet. So that was good. Let's go through IDP Iggy. This is my homeboy. IDP, he loves IDP. Great knowledge. He went Christian McCaffrey, and he went on vacation. A lot of people thought this was cheating. I didn't think it was cheating. Thank you, Harambe. Appreciate it, bruh. Harambe says, this is awesome. Thank you, bruh. I appreciate it. I think this was great because the quarterbacks, I can say it now. Good pick, Nifty. You took Daniel Jones. I wanted Daniel, but I already got my quarterbacks. Great job. Oh, Jeremy. Yeah, you good, Jeremy. You good. But I think this is going to be a good strategy because he's going to have at least 50 points at his quarterback position. Both these quarterbacks, the way I do my points, I do first downs, I do everything. 0.10 for completion or minus 0.10 for incompletion. Like I want to capitalize all facets of the games. So quarterbacks score a lot, just like they should in real life. Like quarterbacks, they always got the ball in their hand. So I don't want quarterbacks scoring the same as running backs. That's why I do super flex because I like the value of the quarterback. But I thought this was great, even though he was on auto draft because he had to be on a vacation. I thought he killed it. A lot of people thought it was cheating. I don't sit here. I'm not going to put a limit on positions. Guys, be patient with me. The ones that came, I'm going to get to my 10 must-have rookies. They are coming, so I apologize, but I want to do it. I think this is awesome, just like Arami think it's awesome. I think this is awesome. We talking about my list. This is my listener league, Discord listener league, best ball. Maury Cooper. Then he ended up getting a starting wide receiver that's still healthy right now, Terry McLaurin. So he went and got the top scoring positions and got 4 of them, and these guys are going to be rotating in for best ball, whoever scored the highest. Aaron Jones, if he stays healthy, he was a top 5 running back last year. He could be that again, especially for a team like Minnesota who needs a running back. We got Hollywood, who's on the best team in football. You got Romeo Dobbs, who is the best route runner, to me, the most consistent guy and the most known commodity on that team, which is Romeo Dobbs. And then you got Austin Eckler. And what can we say? We don't know what Austin Eckler. I would rather take Brian Robinson over Austin Eckler. Do you see how the guy's value is going up? I mean, we taking Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson in the ninth. This is, guys, this is no cap. This is probably the sharpest league that I ever been in. Could it be because these are my guys that listen to me, and so they are drafting my players? Yes, but I think that's way down on the list. I think these guys are very, very informative, and they ain't gonna sit here and get tricked and let guys fall. They are going to get the guys. Now, even though they might like Pacheco, that don't mean that they can't. They still not going to get, pick up really good guys like Neighbors in the third, right? So I just wanted to mention it. I love the league. Going on to T. Looney, he went CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Brock Purdy, Chris Olave in the fourth. I like that. Josh Jacobs, just letting the draft fall to him. Kenneth Walker. Then the opposite. I was angry right here. I wanted Ramondre Stevenson. They won't let me get my guys. I've been getting Ramondre Stevenson in almost every single draft that I've been in, but I couldn't get him in this draft. Dallas got it. That's not a bad pick. This is tight end premium. First downs for you get a point for first down, and you get points, extra point for catches for tight ends. JJ McCarthy, and Devin Singletary, who's a starting running back. Sammy, look at this team right here, guys. He got Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Derrick Henry, Devontae Smith. Look at that squeeze right there. He getting all those points between those three guys. Derrick Henry, touchdown machine. Zay Flowers. So that's two guys on the same team between Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers. Michael Pittman, elite wide receiver. I don't want to hear you talk junk about Michael Pittman no more, bro. Justin Fields. Kittle, great value. Yeah, Kittle in the eighth. That's a top 3 tight end in the past. David Montgomery. Jameson Williams, he stole that pick from me. I wanted that to go with Amon-Ra. And Bryce Young, great pick for the third quarterback. You killing it, bro. That's a A. That might be with Justin Fields right there. That might be an A+ right now. I'm not capping. I'm not just saying it. You got Aaron Holloway. You got Pat Mahomes, Puka Nacua, ETN, Kincaid, Metcalf, Kamar, Godwin, Zamir Ferguson, Lockett, Pope. He stole Pope. He know he had to get Pope. You saw how early Pope went off the board. That's an A team. It ain't an A+ in my opinion. But it's an A team. A lot of A teams here. And team like Zach was saying, just because you might be a B team, I might see 2 B teams here, B+ teams. They probably could win the championship. Tommy, what's going on? He went with Breach, Kyron, Drake London. I'm not big on Drake, but some people are. McBride, nice pick. Mike Evans, I'm not big on Mike, but hey, letting the draft come to him. Tank Dell is very explosive. You get points for being explosive. Baker Mayfield, Gino. Listen, it don't matter. The quarterback's going to be scoring. So long as you can get 40 points, 35 points, you don't get 28. Like 28 points is a bad week for a quarterback in this type format because you get so many points. This is, I'm accounting for everything. That's why the points, it's not souped up where you're getting 15 points for a touchdown. It's just you scoring. You get a first down, you get a carry, you get points, little bitty points for everything that you do that is part of the game. Taysom Hill, great pick. This guy can be getting goal line touches and throwing touchdowns. Blake Corum, great backup. Anything happens to Kyron, you killed it. He squeezed. Great job. I'm telling you, these guys are nasty. These guys can draft. Jeremy, Brian, Bijan Robinson, Jameer, 2 young phenom running backs. Malik Neighbors, phenom. Caleb Williams, phenom. Isaiah Pacheco, I'm not high on Isaiah Pacheco, but that team is still gas. That team it takes it down from an A+ to right now. I would say this is an A team. Keenan Allen and Dunze, squeeze. Rashad White, starting running back. Aaron Rodgers, hey, take a shot. He's the second quarterback. Xavier Worthy, boom. Cole Kmet, tight end premium. That's an A team. Let's go to Nifty. Lamar Jackson and Anthony Richardson. That's A+ right there. He got the 2 best quarterbacks to me, in my opinion. Travis Kelce, A+. Cooper Kupp, A+. Mark Andrews, A+ at that ADP with tight end premium. DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, A+. Joe Mixon, I'm still gonna say A+ team. D-Hop, killer. D-Hop is the killer. He's going to be growing into that role. So when he comes back, he's just going to be piling on. He don't need D-Hop to start right away with all those receivers that he got. Raheem Mostert, just part A. Whatever happens, he's just going to be so. If he get a couple touchdowns, he going to take it. If he don't, it's best ball. He don't have to start Mostert. Daniel Jones, great pick. Daniel Jones could be, man, I don't supposed to mention him this year. I'm not talking about Daniel Jones. I'm done with Daniel Jones on this channel. If you want to learn about Daniel Jones, go to another channel. Zach Seaman. Look at this team, guys, right here. CJ Stroud, Saquon Barkley, Jared Goff, Nico Collins. Nico a little early, but I still like it. Rashee Rice, no suspension. David Njoku, he know better than that. You know, but I'm never gonna forgive you for that, bro. I'm gonna hold a grudge on that one. If I don't reach out to comment, even if you super chat, you understand. Just think about David Njoku. Thomas killed it. I love it in the 7th. Jaden Reed, he's high on Reed. I'm not that high on Reed, but he got his guy. Najee Harris, running back who's going to be getting goal line touches. And he thinks Josh Downs is the best wide receiver. And his route running, according to Matt Harmon perception reception, is elite. And he's getting ready to pick now. CHB, killing it. That boy, when I talk about that boy, love explosive type wide receivers. I love explosive type wide receivers too. And I thought this was to the second best combo pick outside of Lamar Jackson and Anthony Richardson. I would say the best two picks of the whole draft was Lamar Jackson and Anthony Richardson. Second, I'm gonna go with CHB with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. And third, I'm going with Harambe's Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. So Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I'm so glad that he didn't get an elite quarterback. It would have been in trouble. Tua is elite now. Don't get it. Tua could be the number one quarterback, but I didn't want him to get Lamar Jackson or Anthony Richardson with that stack. To me, that'd have been very, very scary. But yeah, and then he got Waddle. And I'm not big on getting Waddle by itself, but in best ball formats, that's great to get Waddle. That's great. T. Higgins, George Pickens, elite wide receivers who can boom. Will Levis, they say he's balling in camp. Calvin Ridley, I'm not a big Calvin Ridley fan, but it's best ball. You just got to let the draft come to you. And Brooks and Warren, he's you can say he's a little weak. I still think this is an A team, maybe not A+, because of the running backs, but it's best ball. We still got a lot of picks to go. Okay, and getting to my team. So right here, when RG took Tyreek, I was already upset. I was like, man, it messed up my strategy because I was going to get Waddle or somebody probably right here and then try to get A-Chain right there. You see what my team would have been? It would have been Tyreek, Waddle, A-Chain. I could have had that. I'm okay with starting my team off with that aquarium of Dolphins. You can pet the Dolphins. You know what I tell you? You can pet the Dolphins. All you got to do is sign up as a member, and you can pet the Dolphins here on Fantasy Good Sports. But so I got sniped, so I had to rebound, so I had to get my guy. I got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm good with that. I could have took Lamar or Anthony Richardson or CJ, but I was like, I want out. That's my prerogative player, and Amon-Ra St. Brown is my prerogative guy. And if Tyreek is going, I'm going Amon-Ra automatically before I get to Breach and Bijan. So I'm good with Amon-Ra. So then I come around, I'm like, where should I go? So I'm at the 210. I mean, I can go quarterback. I can go Love. Puka Nacua was gone. He wasn't hurt at that time. I like Saquon Barkley. He was gone. Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson was gone. I could have went Waddle, but I didn't have Tyreek, so I just didn't want Waddle there. I wanted to go with another optimal player. So I went with Laporta. The reason why we went with Laporta, because I was going to go Laporta, Kincaid, and McBride for my next 3 picks. But this guy right here asked me in the chat, is it tight end premium? I'm like, yes. All you got to do is look at the stats. But look at the rules. But I didn't want, it's my league, and I'm not going to sit here and try to hide stuff to try to win the league. I don't want that. I want to win the league straight up because everybody knows what's going on. And as soon as I said that, look at that tight end run. Trey McBride, Kincaid, Andrews, and so it messed up my strategy. If I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to get Kincaid and McBride, or Kelsey, I wouldn't have went Laporta right there. So I was like, well, my strategy, y'all doing that. I'm about to get me 3 tight ends because this is tight end premium. And then they went and got these guys. So I had to rebound. So you know what? I said, these guys that got all these stacked players, I gotta make them work. And because I know quarterbacks are gonna be scoring a lot. So I was like, I'm getting the value at the quarterback position. Because the quarterbacks, the first tier was gone. So I needed to get the guys that I think are sleepers. I wanted Jared Goff to go with Amon-Ra, but he was gone. I went with Laporta. So I got Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, and Deshaun Watson. I was like, ain't none of these super damn teams is getting none of these guys. I'm not gonna let them like just run the league like that. So I had to pivot. I had to play defense a little bit. I'm teaching y'all how to play. That's why everybody was like, what are you doing? What are your strategy? But this was my strategy. So I went with Matthew Stafford. I went with Herbert, even though he was hurt, it's a value. And then I went with Deshaun Watson, and I was happy with that. I could have got some other players up in here, but I'm good. I had to get these quarterbacks. So I'm good with quarterbacks for the rest of the draft. I don't got to draft another quarterback. I could, but I don't have to. So then I'm coming around here, and to me, at this point in time, it's sloppy seconds. Appreciate that, Ro. At this point in time, it's sloppy seconds on the board. And what I mean is it's just a lot of players in the same tier. So what do? I'm going to get my guy. I'm not getting cute. I'm not doing, because Kretsch called me out in the chat. Kretsch said, TD, you going to draft him? I was like, who the hell you want me to draft? You want me to draft Kenneth Walker just because the ADP tells me to draft him? You want me to get Chris Godwin because the ADP tells me to get him? No. It's time to go get your guys right now. And Robbie kept saying it in the chat. Guys, this draft about to get weird. You got to. I wasn't gonna sit here and play that game anymore. After y'all done messed up my strategy, not it's part of the game. But my strategy was gone with Laporta. I didn't get the Dolphins. You couldn't come over here and pet the Dolphins for 5 minutes. I was upset. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my guy. I know this guy has elite upside that can win me the league. This is best ball. I can afford to wait on him. Keon Coleman. So I wasn't gonna get no Terry McLaurin. That's just too solid and too average. I need some boom. So I went with Keon Coleman. And then we got Brian Thomas here. I liked him and stuff. And then you know what? So I came here. I'm looking. I wanted James Conner. I thought James Conner was gonna get good value, but I could not let McConkey go because I needed a wide receiver, and I wanted that stack with Herbert. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take McConkey here. He's still healthy. I'm okay with it. I took McConkey. So I didn't get Connor. I wanted to get Connor maybe right here, but I got sniped. And then so what are you thinking right here with Brian Robinson, TD? You could have waited. Well, listen, guys, I think Brian Robinson has a chance to be top 12. He's the starting running back. I don't think Austin Eckler is going to be 50-50. I think it's going to be Brian Robinson for the goal line touches, and he's going to catch some passes. This guy got number 1 upside, not for the whole year, but he was the number 1 running back in my platforms for 2 weeks. Not in a row, but 2 weeks, he finished as the number 1 RB. So I wanted that upside. I feel good with Jaden Daniels being the young rookie quarterback that can run the ball, and that's why I took Brian Robinson. I couldn't wait. So, everybody went on through, and then tight end premium, I love Pat Freiermuth. I went and got Pat Freiermuth. So we go on, and I wanted Tajay Spears, but I got sniped. I wanted Brock Bowers maybe right here with Pat Freiermuth. But I had to get Chase Brown, who, to me, they saying that he's going to be the starter. Zach Moss is going to kind of be the third down guy. And I love that. Chase Brown is explosive. He could be the new Jahmyr Gibbs. I said what I said. I'm glad I went on and drafted my guys because I didn't want these guys to know what I'm saying. But Chase Brown could be the next like Jahmyr Gibbs type breakout. Nobody knew it. He's explosive, but we didn't think he was going to really get that role, and he does. So yeah, that's it. I just want to talk about that. Good job. Let me see what the guy said why we was here. He said, when it counts, all the GMs are showing up. This is what Arambi says in the draft. Arambi's laughing at me talking about the Dolphins and stuff, and also not trusting none of these guys. These guys are sharks. They will steal candy from a baby. All of them. Zach says, I would have waited later to get my second quarterback if I knew that there was going to still be value later. Still like Goff as my QB2. Right. Ro, appreciate you, bro. On the rookie crew. Appreciate that, bro. Zach says, TD, why didn't you make an announcement before the draft started that it was tight end premium? Because it was in the rules. There's a lot of stuff to this draft. it's a lot of stuff to the draft. So I didn't think that really mattered. I thought that was in the rules, just like it's also you getting carries for running backs. Running backs get 0.25 per carry. Also quarterbacks are getting 0.25 for carry. You know that they're getting throwing first downs. So it's a lot of stuff, man. So I thought the rules was self-explanatory. So I just wanted guys to go look at the rules. I wasn't going to state all the rules. Just to say it was tight end premium. It's also running back premium. It's also wide receiver premium. You get 3 points for a 40-yard touchdown. You get it's a lot. It's premium from everybody. The tight ends, it just gives them a shot where it makes them relevant. Because if I had all these bonuses, and tight ends wouldn't be relevant. So I wasn't not telling nobody to try to be sneaky. Soon somebody asked me if it was tight end premium, just like if you'd have asked me, do quarterback get points, I would have told you. And that's why I told old boy at this pick, I'm like, yeah, man, it is just tight end premium. I'm never going to lie, bro. One thing about me, I'm an integrity monster. I will go down with the ship for integrity. Straight up integrity. So I wasn't trying to hide anything. Just I wasn't going to state all the rules that I already got in the formats. So actually, I might even go show y'all some of the rules if I can before we start on the players. Let's see here. Zach says, did I snipe you with the Njoku pick? Yes, you sniped me, bro. He said, you sniped me with the Brian Robinson pick. I was going to get B-Rob in the 9th round. I had to. Okay. Let's look at the let's see if I can go with the rules real quick. Let's see. Okay, guys, here's the rules right here. You got 0.7 per point, plus 6, passing first down, plus 50. That's quarterback premium. Pass interception is -1, 2-point conversion. Pass completion, 0.10. You get the bonus for deep yard throws. Rushing yards, rushing first down, 0.50. It's premium from everybody, man. Every time you get a rushing attempt, I want all facets of the games. When you get a carry, you should be getting a point. I mean, somebody who can take 20 carries, that's a skill set. So you got the rushing bonuses, receptions, receiving touchdowns, receiving first downs, bonus, tight end premium right here, 40-yard, 50-yard touchdown bonuses. We ain't got no kicking. Special teams, kick return, punt return yards, you get that. So if you get a player that runs a touchdown, you get that 10 points for 100 yards, and you get the 6. So that could be 16 points in one play. Fumbles, fumble loss, rushing yard gains, bonuses, all that. Okay. Let's start talking about my top 10 must-have rookies that you should be stashing. Okay. So the first guy I want to talk about, guys, is going to be Audric Estime. And listen, the reason why I like Audric Estime, guys, I think this guy is going to be a 4th quadrant boom guy. No matter what happens to Javonte Williams or Jaleel McLaughlin, this is the type of guy that I believe is going to get a shot. Especially if this team not winning, they're going to try to find a running back that they can move forward with. And they drafted him for a reason. So this team is like a tryout team. Anybody can start. Bo Nix can start. Troy Franklin can start. Audric Estime can start. Javonte Williams can keep his job. It's a tryout. So I'm taking on the end of my draft. I'm taking a lot of Denver Broncos. Marvin Mims. I'm taking all these guys because I want to see who's gonna boom. Somebody's gonna boom from this team. It doesn't matter that this team is not that great. Somebody's gonna boom. So I love Audric Estime. Make sure you stash him. Going on to my number 2 guy is going to be Jalen Pope. And listen, he's moving up the rankings. He might not be a stash guy no more, guys. But right now, I'm still going to call him a stash guy. You pick this guy up and just to see if he's if they don't trade for Brandon Ayuk, he probably could be the number one guy getting 8 to 10 targets there. So I like stashing Jalen Pope just to see what's going to happen. They say he's having a good camp, so why not? Zach says, isn't Jaleel the best PPR running back to the Broncos right now? I mean, the season hasn't started, but according to last year, yeah. But Audrey Estime hasn't even really played. He could come in and be like a Mark Ingram, right? So that's why I'm on Audrey Estime. But yeah, Jaleel McLaughlin, according to last year, he was good, but he can't take 20 carries. He can take 10 touches, but he can't take 20 carries. Somebody going to have to be a 20 carry guy in cold games up there in that cold weather in Denver. Going on to my number 3 guy is going to be A.D. Mitchell from the Colts. Now, you might say, well, Josh Downs. Yes, Josh Downs is good. He is the slot guy, but they still got to have another wide receiver who's going to get some plays. So why not stash A.D. Mitchell if you can on your redraft leagues if you have enough bench spots? Yep, I feel you, bro. I'm not mad at you. That's a great pick, man, because I was going to probably pick him next, to be honest. But I like A.D. Mitchell, and it's just his opportunity. He's athletic. So right now, you might not see guys balling out. It's different in the season. We didn't know Alvin Kamara was going to be. We know he was like playing good, but we didn't know he was going to be special the way he was when he was a rookie. So guys like A.D. Mitchell can be good. We didn't know Puka Nacua was going to be like that, right? So you never know what's going on. You just got to try to play bingo and just try to, get as many spots as you can get in case they call your number, then you can call bingo. That's what it's about. Going on to my number 4 guy, it's going to be Kamani Vidal. Yes, Kamani Vidal. Now listen, I like plenty of guys. I like Gus Edwards. I don't know if he's going to start the whole season, but I definitely like Gus Edwards. But I think they having a tryout too. And so whoever's the best running back, whoever got the hottest hand will be the starter for the Los Angeles Chargers. So I like Kamani Vidal. Going on to my number 5 guy, it's going to be Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin. And the reason why I like Troy Franklin, guys, I think the chemistry between him and Bo Nix could be the difference maker. And I believe that he can have big plays. Courtland Sutton probably will be a solid wide receiver for them, a top 32 wide receiver, maybe close to top 24. But I believe Troy Franklin can end up taking that. And I want to go with the upside of Troy Franklin. He actually was my number 1 wide receiver over Malik Neighbors. Not saying he's better than Malik Neighbors, but sometimes you don't need to be better than like a top phenom type pick. Sometimes you just can be in the right system and you end up balling. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Puka Nacua. Who is going to ever take like a Puka Nacua over a guy like a Garrett Wilson? And I'm just giving an example, right? A top wide receiver that was taken in the top 10, and then you got a guy who was taken like in the 4th and 5th round. So Troy Franklin, even though he was drafted later, could end up being elite and providing a lot of fantasy football points. Going on to my number 6, guys, going to be Marshawn Lloyd. And the reason why I like Marshawn Lloyd, guys, I don't trust AJ Dillon anymore. And Marshawn Lloyd is making some plays in mini count. And if Josh Jacobs goes down, Marshawn Lloyd could be a league winner, especially at the running back position as a 0 RB build. So these are the type of guys that you should be stashing for the 4th quadrant. You don't know what can happen. So usually rookies are, rookies are hot in the last part of the season, which is the fantasy football playoffs. So that's when you want to have rookies who's trending up. Zach says, disagree with A.D. Mitchell. Mitchell don't have much fantasy value this year. I don't know, man. It's just tough for me to say because I don't think Alec Pierce, somebody got to be, they're not going to run double tight 2 receiver sets with Josh Downs and just Michael Pittman the whole season. Somebody got to come in and try to help to try to beat the defense. Somebody else got to do it. So will he end up, maybe he go for 400 yards like you saying, he don't really be relevant. But maybe he start going down the field and catching some big plays and they start using them more. You never know. But I understand what you're saying. Josh Downs probably is that guy. I'm not saying he's going to get more snaps than Josh Downs, especially early. But they got to have a number 3 wide receiver. You got a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. It's like 60% of your sets. And this type of NFL is usually like 60%, 3 wide receiver sets. Zach says, I actually like Mims slightly better than Franklin as the right now. I could possibly change my mind. Facts. All right, moving on to my number 7 guy is going to be Xavier Leggett. Yes, Xavier Leggett. You can stash him for the 4th quadrant. I think this guy could be the big play guy for Carolina. Yes, Deontay Johnson is the phone booth guy. I talked about that. And they will run the ball with Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks and Miles Sanders. But they will, when they push the ball downfield, they probably gonna be going for guys like Xavier Leggett. So I like him. He has all the upside in the world to be a nice wide receiver for them. So stash him. Another guy is going to be Blake Corum. Yes, you want to stash Blake Corum, especially if you have Kyron Williams as a straight up handcuff. But this could be a squeeze opportunity, which means that Blake is going to get a few opportunities a game, and I do believe he will. So if you got Kyron, I think Blake's value goes up, and you need to make sure you get him. Kind of like we saw when I showed you the league. Going on to my number 9 guy is going to be Tyrone Tracy. He is the number 2 running back right now. So I like Tyrone Tracy. He is a PPR guy. To me, he has Alvin Kamara type upside, the way he can be used. He breaks a lot of tackles like Alvin Kamara, but he also can catch passes and runs good routes for running back. He played wide receiver in college and was average, but as a running back, that makes him a great route runner, right? Because a lot of running backs can't run routes outside the top guys like CMC and a couple other guys and Bijan Robinson. But Tyrone Tracy can be that guy. And Devin Singletary, could he be a league winner and be top 5? It's a chance, but I seriously doubt it. And so why can't Tyrone Tracy get some work too? Stash him for the 4th quadrant. Anything can happen. And 10 guys, I got a bonus guy. Thank y'all for watching the whole live. But number 10 is going to be Trey Benson. And right now, James Conner is outperforming him. So only way you should have Trey Benson is to stash him if you got James Conner and see if something happens. Usually James Conner has never played a full season. So stash Trey Benson to see, in case something happens. And they might give him an opportunity then. But right now, as long as James Conner is healthy, they're not going to give him an opportunity. But I think he's a nice stash for the 4th quadrant. And my last guy is going to be Ben Sinnott. Now, they say he's the number 3 tight end on the team. But I don't believe Zach Ertz is going to be able to stay healthy. And I don't believe he has the explosiveness of a Ben Sinnott. So I think Ben Sinnott is a nice stash as a tight end if you're looking for a rookie tight end. So these rookies, guys, all got some upside for the 4th quadrant. And that's all we're looking for. I'm not saying this list is going to be 70%. I just mentioned guys who can have an opportunity. Now, we got guys that are way better than this that are going in the first 5 rounds, but these guys are not going in the first 5 rounds right now. It might be maybe Polk can move up. Maybe Franklin can move up. Maybe Leggett can move up. But the rest of these guys, they're not going to move up. So you're just getting them for a stash play. All right. Let's see. What's going on, Siobhan? I forgot to speak speak to you earlier. What's going on? Okay, I didn't see this earlier too. Delo, so this channel finna blow up, bruh. Hopefully, bruh. Yeah, so I know it's gonna blow up, but how quick, we don't know, right? I'm trying to try different stuff. Hopefully, guys, let me know if you in the chat. I maybe should do a tomato on this. How does the stream look according to my other live streams? Not my iPhone streams, but just my regular streams when I'm doing the horizontal platform. Let me see. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. Harami says amazing. He's laughing. I don't know what I said right there, but they laughing. I guess because I called them out that I know they sharks. I know y'all personality now, bro. Y'all don't care nothing about me. Y'all support me to come and try to whoop me. I see that now. Y'all don't got no mercy. No, I'm not taking this guy. Let TD. This is his guy. Nope, they don't got none of that with him. I'm gonna beat you, TD. I don't care nothing about that, bro. I don't care if you get none of your guys. They don't care. Yes, sir. Let's see here. These vertical streams, man, they don't do well. So, guys, that's why you got to make sure you watch the whole stream. I don't know why they don't do as well. I don't get as many as people coming into the video. CHB says best wide receiver core in the league. Yes. There's a couple wide receiver twos like T. Higgins that they good, but I don't. I would say it's the best wide receiver core. But there's a couple guys that I feel like I would have went a little bit different. You already had the when you went Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, you already had it. It was over then for one of the best wide receiver cores. You don't get Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson on the same team. You don't get to do it. Very rarely. But T. Higgins could hit. He could hit, man. I ain't gonna sit there and act like the guy out. I'm not gonna sit there and say like he garbage. I've never said he's garbage, but I just don't want him on my team. I think there's more upside out there. Zach says Mitchell probably be the receiver 3 on the team, right? But he won't back much value for fantasy this year. Colts are saying that Mitchell isn't ready to be that guy yet and needs to develop more. Okay, good information. Good information. Siobhan says, I like Lord in Green Bay. Good offense, too. And Jacobs could get hurt. Facts. And I think he's going to play. They never going to let A.J. Dillon get 100% of the carries. Yep. Zach says, I agree, Siobhan. Harami says, you play to win the game, bro. You right. I ain't mad at you. Facts. Facts. And Zach says that CAB, I don't like Higgins and Ridley. I don't either. I agree, Zach. But hey, I'm not gonna disrespect them. They can hit, especially in best ball format. I agree with you on that, Zach. And Siobhan says, Jaws, sharks. Yes, they are sharks, Siobhan. They are sharks. Okay, guys. So let me look at the tomato. It looks like Josh Allen is winning over Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen is winning over Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, I would have took Lamar. I'm fading Josh Allen this year, but that doesn't mean that Josh Allen won't be the number 1 quarterback again. So, got to give respect for that. Let me see, make sure there ain't nothing else. CHB says Higgins are really going to surprise people this year. They certainly could. Again, that's why I got to do this video called Prerogative Players. And Prerogative Players is going to be guys that I just want to draft for my team because I like the guy. I see something exceptional. Because I would never have got to Amon-Ra if I just would have took the best value. There was veterans like T. Higgins and really that was better than Amon-Ra when he was young. And I'm like, you know what? I just got to get Amon-Ra. I just got to get Amon-Ra. And now I got something on my team. I got Amon-Ra, and those guys are faded out and went on, and they not really that relevant like that anymore. Like Marquise Brown, about like 3 years ago, was way better than. Was nobody taking Amon-Ra over Marquise Brown? Now you can't. No way, nobody gonna trade you for that. So you got to go get your guys sometimes. So that's why I think prerogative. And sometimes you got to go away from guys because your prerogative, you don't want them. And then when you say you don't want CMC, and then he goes down, are you smart and you knew that CMC was going to get hurt? No, but guess what helped you? You didn't want CMC. You just made your mind up that you didn't want CMC. So it hits. And that's what, and I give y'all I'm not telling y'all what to do, but I'm giving y'all, that's why I told y'all last year, I'm not taking Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. It wasn't because I knew they was going to get hurt. I just did, that was my prerogative not to take those guys. So all I can do is have a prerogative and not take certain guys and just do, and try to win championships. That's all I can do. And it's hit. I've been drafting Tyreek in the first round for about 4 or 5 years, especially in some of my beginning dynasty leagues. That's the only reason why I got Tyreek in a lot of my dynasty leagues. And with Amon-Ra, because I was drafting Tyreek, then Amon-Ra in my drafts, and it worked out. Not saying I know how to do that every single time. T. Higgins could be a top 5 guy, but I can't take him. Like somebody who wants CMC, the guy that didn't take CMC, his team looks good now. Because he just didn't want to take it. So sometimes you just can't take a player just because they got value. I'm not going to do that. That's why you got those teams that looks good. And then you got Zach Seaman saying these teams that look like B teams, they end up winning. Because they got certain guys on there that we're like, damn, we didn't know he was going to do that. We didn't know he was going to do that. You got to go get your guys. If you like T. Higgins, he's going to be terrible for you. I'm just not going to have him. Hopefully that makes sense. Jess says, I'm picking 7th in a 10-man. If B. John Gibbs Wilson failed to me, who would you take out of the 3 and what position would you target next? So I'm not going to give you a position. I'm going to tell you to get the best player. And I'm not going to tell you to get a position. Now, listen, the only way, if you got 3 wide receivers, I would try to tell you to stick with wide receivers if you can start 3 wide receivers, but I'm not going to tell you to go get a wide receiver or a running back or a tight end or a quarterback. I don't know your league format and your scoring. So what I would say is get B. John and and in the next round, get the best player. Get the best player. It could be a wide receiver, not a tight end, but go wide receiver or running back, depending on who's the best player. CHB says, I'm not high on the Titans offense. I like to draft great players on great offenses, but the Jefferson Chase Waddle combo could make you win this league. Facts. The fantasy football row, I like Higgins more than a lot of guys around his ADP. I'm not taking him. Again, I'm gonna say and tell you, Tiggy Higgins could be top 5. I didn't draft no CMCs last year, and I went to 5 championships out of 11 leagues. And I won 4 of them, 4 or 5, something like that. And I didn't have CMC. You didn't have to have CMC to go to the championship. And and this year I think I drafted CMC in 1 league, and that was like in the 3rd and 4th round. And I would do that again. That's great value there. But sometimes you just gotta put, just certain guys. I think that's big. That's why I want to drill that, guys. Like Zach is big on that too. He's like, I'm gonna go get my guys, and sometimes that make you draft guys out of a certain ADP where you'll go get them and draft them early. I've been drafting David Njoku early in leagues. Like I wait a little bit, I let Travis Kelce and them go, and then I'm going to get David Njoku because I'm high on him. I'm not just going to draft Dalton Kincaid because I need a tight end and he's there. No, that's how you go down, and then Dalton Kincaid don't play good, and then Njoku plays good, then you're gonna be angry. But if Njoku don't play good, I'm not mad. I'm the only person to be mad at is myself. I wanted David Njoku, and I went down with the ship. But if I draft Dalton Kincaid and he don't ball out, I'm gonna be angry. CHB said the Titan offense is going to be different this year, especially with Brian Callahan as the offense of the coach. This ain't the same Vrabel offense, and you could be talking facts. Brian Callahan is a good offensive coordinator. He's been the Dallas coordinator a couple times. He's good. He says, I don't know why people have such dislike for Higgins. Dude can ball. If he could ball, bro, they would sign him as a deal. If you want to talk about just straight up balling, or if you want to talk about fantasy value, the dude can play. He's good in fantasy. But you want to talk about balling, there's no way that Tyreek just got another deal. And I know you ain't saying Tyreek, but Waddle just got another deal. And you would think that T. Higgins was better than Waddle. Also, a few other guys have got deals. Amara got a deal. If you that guy, they gonna make sure they sign you. Like, they not gonna make Puka Nacua wait for no deal. They gonna say, if Puka come up, they gonna say, well, we don't know. They gonna sign him a deal. But guys that they kind of like, you good, like Ayuk is good. He ain't excellent. He's not a top 5 wide receiver, but he's a top 12 wide receiver. I would say T. Higgins is a top 14, top 16 wide receiver as far as in real life. But fantasy, man, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and disrespect T. Higgins in fantasy. As a number 2 wide receiver, he's one of the best number 2 wide receivers. I like Devontae Smith a little bit better. That's just me. CHB, Calvin really going to flourish in that Brian Callahan offense. They didn't play the man $80 million for no reason. Yes. You would hope so. We've seen times where guys are got paid, and I'm not sitting here trying to go against. Y'all ain't gonna make me go against T. Higgins because I'm not. This is not me talking about against T. Higgins. But just because a guy gets $80 million doesn't mean that he's going to ball out. Not, and this ain't T. Higgins. Calvin Ridley. We should see. I don't know. Calvin Ridley sometimes, man. I don't know. We just got to see, man. I know the guy can run routes. I don't know if I want to bet on Rami says facts. He said, you already know how the Bengals like to treat their players. Their owner is cheap. He does this every time to every player is up for contract. He didn't do it to Joe Burrow, which that's a whole nother conversation. I get that. I understand that. He's not going to do it with Jamar Chase. Like Jamar Chase may be holding out a camp or whatever, but it's for big money. It's not like they trying to franchise tag. If they franchise tag Jamar Chase, it's because it was like, did you want 140 or did you want 130? T. Higgins' deal is like, do you want 70 or do you want 55? Like it's two different types of money. But Jamar Chase is gonna get the deal, and that's probably unfair for T. Higgins. You're right. Most owners would pay him as a level 2 wide receiver. You're right, and they don't pay their guys. The Rose says Higgins can ball out, but they can't sign both Chase and Higgins to long-term deals. You can. You see that Tua got his money, Waddle got his money, and Tyreek got his money. And they didn't hesitate. They didn't hesitate at all. And they don't got no defensive players making a lot of money on the Bengals. So the Bengals do got money. So that goes to CHB point. They got the money out there to pay him. They just playing hardball. And to me, I'm not saying they playing hardball with T. Higgins because he's not good. I think it's mostly they feel like they can go back and get another T. Higgins in the draft. Like Malik Neighbors is better than T. Higgins. So they feel like, well, why can't we? We could draft we could go get a number. We could get a Tank Dell. I would ask you this, Harambe and CHB. Who's better, Tank Dell or T. Higgins or Calvin Ridley? Which three of those guys are better? Matter of fact, I can do a tomato here. I'm going to do a tomato before we get out of here. I would say that Tank Dell is better than those guys, and Tank Dell got drafted in the 4th round. Fantasy Football Rose said T. Higgins is better than both. Okay. T. Higgins didn't Ridley easy. Okay. Okay. I respect that. I ain't gonna sit there and say that's crazy. I respect that. I will go with Tank Dell. But I get it. Siobhan says Zach thinks it's Iskovis. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Zach says, if we did a listener guillotine survival league, that would be fun. Yeah, bro. I'm not big. I'll probably go with T. Higgins. I got you, Harambe. Ridley, then T. Higgins says nifty. Okay. I'm going Tank Dell. Okay. I see that Harambe says I think he's underrated. Okay. All right, guys. Let me see. We get ready to get out of here. Harambe says spicy. CHB says, Siobhan, yeah, they wanted to make sure he didn't stay with the Jags, and they wanted to revamp that offense. They didn't. Yeah, they wanted to make sure he didn't. They wanted to revamp the offense. They said it really is going to have a Jamar Chase line role. Right. We shall see. We shall see. Let's see here. All right, guys. Well, let me see. Okay, there to go to end the stream. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, guys. I might do another live tonight. And I might do it from my phone. These lives right here don't hit like those lives. Yeah, Zach says, I'm ready for the best ball dynasty league. I enjoy IDP leagues. Me too. Guys, that's why we need one more person. And we need them kind of like it's getting close. We can finish the league, but right now it's getting close. So we need to go. Yeah, we need one more. Yep. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna try to do another live tonight. Hopefully, y'all show up. If I do, if not, guys, I see y'all in the morning. Y'all be safe. Peace.